Hey everybody, welcome back to Quali-Tea time. So, in the news this week, it's a little bit dull, I know, but I have actually managed to make some progress with tax credits. So, for those who don't know, England has a system of benefits, the benefits system, which the government has been trying to dismantle for years. But anyways, it still exists for the moment, in some functional, slightly, state, and we get like job seekers which is basically unemployment benefits if you're actively seeking work and don't have a job, and I blew past the limits for that one ages ago. So the next one up from that is called tax credits, or specifically working tax credits, and it is basically a system that tops up your income if it is below minimum wage. But it is a massive pain in the butt to get through that if you happen to be self-employed. So I have been trying to get this thing running since November of last year. Yeah, but I finally managed to send in all of the evidence paperwork that they wanted to make sure that they know I'm actually doing stuff and not just playing games in front of a screen. Okay, explaining my job to people as an actual profession is still a bit weird. Anyways, suffice it to say, they usually take about 2 weeks to respond to anything. So hopefully I'll actually, be on minimum wage by the end of the month. We'll see. Hopefully that gets sorted out soon and we get to see that happen. But anyways, on to the schedule for the week. On Thursday at 11 PM BST, we have Midnight Watch as we play a bit more Overwatch to see if we can get a few more goddamn Bastion pieces. On Friday, we have Dungeon Maker as we determine the dungeon item list. On Saturday, we have Edgington having a really quiet morning, and we also have Dungeons & Dragons Path of Steel over at twitch.tv/dragonhat from 9 PM BST. On Sunday, we have the third episode of Mating Do, where we get into some gardening work. On Tuesday, we have an incredibly chaotic installment of XCOM 2, and we also have from 9 PM BST some more Spring Realms development. Lastly, on Wednesday, we have the Undermine monthly event for August, where we finally see who our last trader is, and see just what's going to become of the server. So that's the plan for the week. Moving on to the Lying Answers segment of things. These questions are, of course, drawn from the comment section of the preceding video, so if you have anything that you want to particularly ask me, then drop a comment down, and we'll see if I get to it next week. Our first comment of the week comes from Shadowfian. Where did you learn to speak German? To say that I can speak German would be a gross exaggeration. But basically, here in England we have language programs, and if you are in school, you typically go through 2 of them. So, the standard one you start learning out is French. My French teacher rarely spoke English, so I don't know much French. And after that, we have the option of doing German or Spanish. My brother did Spanish, I did German. And whilst I'm definitely not fluent in it, I can kind of hold my own, and there's certainly a few phrases that have stuck in my brain this long, which is remarkable. I know more German than I know Japanese, let's put it that way. Flixamon asks, would you recommend No Man's Sky or XCOM 2? They're sort of 2 very different beasts. No Man's Sky is first person, you're flying through space, you're exploring new areas, mining, that kind of thing. XCOM 2 is top-down strategic. And it's also a lot less forgiving, is my understanding. What I can see is that No Man's Sky currently is getting a lot of flack for being broad but shallow, whereas XCOM 2 has an incredibly thriving modding development section, and you can do all sorts, there's DLCs, there's stuff you can get through with that, you can do your own challenges, that kind of thing. I would say wait on No Man's Sky a little bit, until it looks a bit deeper. But if you like both of No Man's Sky and XCOM 2, for now, go with XCOM 2. Hypertex asks, are there any Minecraft mods that you've liked but haven't had a chance to play yet? Oh boy, so many, and all on different versions of Minecraft, which is why I haven't had a chance to play them. I think Psy, PSI, which I believe is made by the same guy as the Portal Gun, looks interesting. It's basically like developing psychic abilities and stuff. It's sort of magic, but innate. Has sort of similar elements to a bunch of parts of the Return mods that I had to make. Our last question of the day, Sophie Smith Campbell asks, what's your favourite Studio Ghibli film? Probably hands down, it is Kiki's Delivery Service, and right next to that is My Neighbor Totoro. After that, probably Laputa Castle in the Sky, and honestly, it's hard to go wrong with a Ghibli film, but Kiki's Delivery Service is definitely my favourite. And that's it for this week, so I hope you've all enjoyed. I'm going to just go chug what's left of this tea, and I shall catch you all next time.